Okay, we all know homeschooling has been a challenge, but now parents are worried about how they're going to keep their kids entertained this summer. But we do have some good news. Marcelina Benito is showing us how one Houston museum is opening back up with safety in mind.
Russ and Reka, we got to look inside the Houston Museum of Natural Science today for the first time since they had to shutter their doors because of the COVID-19 pandemic. They say they're ready to open tomorrow and another safe option for parents to bring their kids this summer. For the first time in nearly 2 months, the Houston Museum of Natural Science will welcome visitors back tomorrow.
We're opening safely, and that's what's most exciting. We figured out how to do it.
Dr. Carolyn Sumners, VP of Astronomy and a curator at the museum, says they are ready. New measures in place across the museum to keep visitors healthy. They'll be operating at 25% capacity.
We can have 1,000 people at a time because we're so big, and we literally can socially distance that many people.
If they hit that threshold, ticket sales will stop until it's safe to let more people in. Most of the museum will be open, including a new Earth exhibit, but visitors will find some interactive favorites and theaters closed.
Any hall that people would tend to touch, where the hall invites you to open drawers and look at little things like our Cabinet of Curiosities, we can't open that yet. We don't know how to keep it clean enough.
Any visitor over the age of 10 will be required to wear a face mask. Despite the changes, Dr. Sumner says there's still plenty of opportunities for kids and families to learn.
And most of it you really can consume and enjoy with your eyes, not with your hands. I think makes this a very safe place to be.
You'll find social distancing reminders everywhere, along with sanitizer stations. The museum is routinely cleaned and disinfected throughout the day, and exhibit halls will only have one way in and one way out.
We're working hardest to be sure that nobody builds up, that you come in an open space, you go out in a different open space. All the staff, everybody coming in wears masks to protect, and we all get our temperature taken if we're an employee of the museum. And then the rest of it is kind of up to you.
Dr. Sumner says in the past, families would rush through the museum. Now she's encouraging folks to truly take their time with their children and soak up every nook and cranny of the museum.
Because we're big, because we're airy, because we're wonderful, it's time to come to the Museum of Natural Science.
Now, if you plan to head to the museum in the coming days, they encourage you to definitely buy your tickets online. That will prevent lines from forming at the museum and help encourage more social distancing.